poor man voice we they bring out.
Now we alright for know the truth. Now that make we go protect the truth.
Truth began, no they neglect anyone.
We are the voice, we are the flame. Truth will rise, they'll know our name. We are the truth and nothing else.
Truth they get, we know they play.
Now for salon, we declare the way. Tune in every day to
Truth me get radio.
3.9.
Truth me get radio.
3.9.
You dey listen to Truth Radio 103.9 FM, live from Freetown. Na true the last.
Anytime we see you, where you go, you come. We must tell you cabo. Cabo, 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 cabo. Anytime we see you, where you go, you come. We must tell you cabo. Cabo, cabo. Cabo, Cabo. Anytime we see you, where you go, you come. We must tell you Cabo.
Indeed, Kusha and Cabo, and welcome to another edition of the Truth Evening Talk, where they come to you every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday from 8 to 9 p.m. on FM 103.9 Truth FM. Today, just like any other days, we talk about important something about woman and girl picking them. And also, this program, we very interesting, educative, entertaining, informative as well. You go catch me now we Facebook page with a stream live on Truth Media and also now we YouTube channel as well. With the broadcast live from the studios that Ilcott, Freetown. Today we get one topic we concern all man. As we all know, today na the 5th day where the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence just done. And not all because the campaign done, we for stop for talk about not all because the campaign done, we know for raise awareness about issues affecting woman and girl picking them. We go continue for talk about even after this campaign done. So today we get interesting topic, not to just talk about protection, about dignity, about right, and about responsibility as well. Now about how we dey protect woman and girl picking them. Now we homes, now we schools, we communities, we societies, whatever side we find we safe, who side woman and girl picking them. And for talk day today, I get with me in the studio, Maya Majalo, we are the National Director of Young Women in Governance Network. This woman now pursued into a lot of advocacy we concern woman and girl picking them. Now pursued they talk boku for girl picking them. And also today with me, I get na the studio Sheikh Ahmed Sise, when a member of the African Union, European Union Youth Advocacy Board. When I youth can talk about young people there, especially women there, and girl picking them. Women and girl picking they face plenty challenges, including violence, whether gender-based violence, sexual gender-based violence, digital violence as well. And the 16 days of activism where campaign we done so, the theme this year now being end digital violence against women. And we don't see say violence not limited to just physical, it can be mental as well. Other forms of violence and they like domestic abuse against women them. Sexual violence again against small picking and girl picking them. So today, the big question now, how we go truly protect women and girl picking them? Who that gets the responsibility? wetin are we role now communities them? Different communities, whether na church community, school community, market community, office community, any also friend safe. Wetin are we role in ensuring that woman and girl pikin them be safe, them be protected? But before we dive deep into this topic, we want to get public opinion on what people think about the safety of woman and girl pikin them. So as usual, we will get with Vox Pop, we go play when a short audio, we will get different opinions, views, perspectives of people them on what they think about this particular topic we will talk. But not forget, before we get the Vox Pop, if you want for chipping at the conversation, you can send a message. So we short code 239, or you go also comment our Facebook Live as well if you watch me now, for make yourself contribute to this program. So we will get with short Vox Pop now.
Maya Majalo na one young woman wey get strong experience in project management. E get big knowledge on gender transformative approaches and
The way we for make woman and girl pikin feel safe is one, for teach the girl pikin in rights. Woman and girl pikin them for know their rights, and also empowerment. Women empowerment go a long way for safeguard women and girl pikin, and also for teach girl pikin them for be strong, not for be nice, for be kind, but not necessarily for be nice.
For make woman and girl pikin and safe outside, plenty things that need for put in place. First, strong law and serious punishment need for happen. If man and no say rape, abuse and violence go lead to serious punishment like for jail them, then go afraid. And the laws the way they safeguard woman and girl pikin. But that law they are not being enforced because people that were in higher authority or higher society or high placed in society where they do something or offend woman and girl pikin, the law sometimes can cover them. If you law this law the way they enforce them to the full force, I think say man they would be afraid for do anything bad to girl pikin. So law will enforce strong law enforce the laws and what they already. Then education for me is key. Law will make sensitization around for small girl pikin them, put them at school. For the girl pikin them, put them at school. Everybody should learn book. Because for me, book learning sign and way girl pikin will be safe because we did it go learn new things and therefore interact with good people. And also for teach boy pikin them in terms of sensitization, for teach boy pikin say at that young age say, woman not to object for the beat all thing. Woman are people wait for pamper, woman are people wait for take care of, woman are people that wait for protect in society, not to do them go for the beat always. Then we also create what you call a safe center or safe space for people already where they don't victimize. People that are already victim of abuse in society or where they feel unsafe in society. Don't make like a rehabilitation center for them or counseling centers wherein they go and get a counseling and know say if this thing not happen, you come back and join the society and also feel belong because woman they play important part. Woman and girl pikin they play important part for community and country development. Safe center or safe space for people already where they don't victimize. People that are already victim of abuse in society or where they feel unsafe in society. Don't make like a rehabilitation center for them or counseling centers wherein they go and get a counseling and know say if this thing not happen, you come back and join the society and also feel belong because woman they play important part. Woman and girl pikin they play important part for community and country development. So we need to create a space for them for that able day, the one where they don't victimize. Then the other area we for do now also economic empowerment and community involvement. Community involvement in the sense all stakeholders, religious leaders, they for stand up and stand against abuse against woman and girl pikin. Yes, that's for the preach with that small audience where they get for preach to people and tell them say this is what they do, enough fine. Everyone especially to demand. Then economic empowerment. We will empower the woman then for work and earn income on their own. Because if woman they work, girl pikin when say we come if you don't have in a university, we come school, it gets high for go rub hand, where they will take care of himself. I don't think say it will go fall under the hands of a violent person or a violent man. So empower the woman economically, themselves will able to take care of themselves and take care of them one because this country we realize say money they give woman them belly, then they able to take care of the picking and the woman the one green key left for suffer with the picking them. Me and I a victim of that. My papa give me mama belly it left her. My mama I not take care of me. Take God make reach university level. So sometimes it's difficult. So economic empowerment, it's very important.
Famble, we don't get the diverse views of people and different one then. We don't hear it from man them, from woman then, waiting then talk about what it mean for like woman and girl picking them safe. May them be protected, forget a safe space. We don't hear about empowerment. We don't hear say woman not to think for beats, woman not to think for pattern, not to think for knack. Now people the way we for encouraging our society and consider them as equals. So, as I've been saying, we dey talk about how for make sure say woman and girl picking them safe all side as in everywhere where we find woman and girl picking them. And for talk this talk today, I get with me Maria Majalo, we na the national director for Young Women in Governance Network. We also get Sheikh Ahmed Sise, member of the EU Youth Advocacy Board. Miss Maria Majalo, good evening and welcome to Tooth Evening Talk.
Good evening and thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Mr. Sise, good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
So, for make we make things simple, for make people understand what we dey talk about today, I want to ask you, Madam Mariama, when we talk about safety for women and girl picking them, from your own view, your own perspective, what does that really mean?
Okay, so thank you very much for getting me at this program today. Just like how you say, the Young Women in Governance Network, we mean at the National Director, an initiative we get membership across all the 16 districts of Sierra Leone. And many a times we don't do a lot of sensitization advocacies surrounding young women as well as school-going kids. So to come back to your question, safety, it means a lot. And first of all, you get to feel safe within your home. So the home now the first point of contact for the child. And I feel like if the home's safe, then they will set the pace for outside. And then another thing, just like how one of the Vox Pop people and be the sages know, you get to feel safe within your community. The community, they play a very great role. Let's say now one person they born, but not one person they men. So the community, they play a very great role for also ensure say girl picking them safe. And another institution again where they play a very great role now the schools them, because most of the active times them during the day we they spend them at the schools them. So now another key sector that one day again, and just like I say, safety gets for deal with the mindset and also your physical presence. Sometimes you go feel threatened because maybe it can happen say through the social media. Sometimes you see something and then you say, this, what if it happened to me? And then the another thing again in the physical space, if you didn't a house or if you didn't a compound, also I always then get ala. If then people they also defeat, pass then take weapon and then you know they feel safe in that kind of space day. And thirdly again, when we there among with peers them, sometimes they get a lot of peer pressure where they hinder you safety. So for me, safety means say, first of all, your mindset, within your mindset, you get for feel safe. The home get for make them safe for you. The community get for be safe for you. And also even your schools get for be safe. And so even with religious places, because sometimes a lot of people them they abuse young women to be specific because are very passionate about young women and girls issues. So even sometimes with religious spaces them, we get for feel safe within them space then day. So for me, safety not to one way, it gets for deal with a whole lot of different contributors them for make sure say you feel completely safe.
Oh wow, that is a very good one. When we talk about safety, Miss Maria Majalo say safety, they cover so many aspects, diverse or different aspects, whether not physical, whether not online, you know. So now to the man. As a man, I will ask you first, as also a youth advocate as well. From your own view, personally, tell me what it mean, what it mean for say woman and girl picking them for safe.
Okay, so basically, like my mother don't church almost all time, but for me, I feel say like what you mean safe. It means say the woman them or the girl picking them for make sure say them free for for act without being judgmental, and as well get a kind openness, more especially like what they say. It talk about the schools, the homes, and different sectors where women them for feel safe. So personally, I feel say like all of them in a way. My mama mentioned I go bank on what he say. Now that as woman and girl picking safely mean forget that kind conducive environment where that person, that especially the girl picking or that woman go reach in full potential for achieve what you want for achieve. Yeah.
Okay, you don't into youth advocacy. So tell me, what are some of the things that we they do with relation to the AUEU board?
Okay. So basically, um, the purpose of the Youth Advisory Board, because we get 14 countries and Sierra Leone na one of them. We happen to be a member of the Youth Advisory Board representing Sierra Leone. So basically, na a governance structure we then create for see how best we integrate youth perspective into the youth lab, because the youth lab na a 4-year program we then get for make we the type of fund youth-led initiative. It could cut right across representation, grants, and innovation, and entrepreneurship, and cooperation. So basically, we on whole day, and for see our best, we co-create funding mechanisms, just like how we you dey talk because if fine for make you let we know say woman they get an advantage for with regards to the initiative they are so because we anchor more on marginalized groups,
Groups.
and we can argue them, but at times, basically, women them they can consider them as marginalized in some areas. You understand? So that is why they focus more, and then groups there. So we at mention we get for do with young people, they focus more on women them. So we did it for number one for co-create funding mechanisms, and number two for help for select grantees. So basically that they would do.
Like shift the conversation now to Madam Mariama. So, Madam Mariama, from your assessment, the society would live today. What are the main risks then, the threats the woman and girl picking in the face today? Before I make you answer, I give you chance to answer the question. I want to say, I be attend a young woman in governance 2025 conference, and I was there where a panel be to talk about gender-based violence, sexual gender-based violence. And someone from Rimbo be to talk, the planning officer be to talk about statistics, about data, about how young people in they where they can abuse them sexually, and how bad, how appalling it is. So I want to make you give an assessment of that.
Okay, so thank you very much. The Young Women in Governance Conference, where we hold 2025, now be a space where we bring community women, and we also bring panel of experts in different fields. As you rightly say, we be get a representative from Rainbow, will be the part of the panel discussion. We give we data, real life data about some of the issues them, the violence them where young people in the face. And just like how you say, the figures then are very appealing. And to be honest, standing at just the one them way, then they go record. The one then they way that they compromise at the community level. To be honest with you, I feel because in my interaction with the communities, I feel like a lot more day where they compromise than the one where they reach Naribo the center where they get data on. So a lot of people go tell you say they get violence from different people, and most times, especially the picking them where they're under 18, most of them violence then are family members, now relatives, people that were they very close to them. you know. So sometimes you go take and say, eh, this na carelessness of the Kumra. But with all seriousness, I no go get me brother na host, me uncle na
Exactly.
host, me brother-in-law na host, or even me man na host. Then I feel afraid for left me picking for go market, you know. So it's very, very disturbing. You get speaking there when are 6 years old. You get speaking there when are 7 years old. Whether they go through sexual and gender-based violence, where they get penetration, you know. So another form of violence again, where I feel like na the most recent trend, na in terms of the internet. Yeah. So honestly, the theme for this year was unite to end gender-based violence against women and girls. When a part of for commemorate the 16 days of activism, make the young women in governance they organize that conference day. And to be honest with you, the things that will come out from that conference up till now, some people not able to recover from them. Because one of the things that we be actually one of the theme of the conference was in terms of ending FGM. And we find out say as much as we dey try for make we advocate against FGM, there is no entrenched law where directly they target eradicating FGM. As much as we get laws like the Gender Equality and Women's Empowerment Act 2022, we get the three gender laws, the Child Rights Act, all they want they then just touch around. They not go to the main issue. And some of them they actually limit we in terms of our engagement with the communities. Because when you go to the communities and tell them, say, now, this FGM na part of gender-based violence. So make we see how we can minimize and modify the culture. We get a lot of people who go tell you, say, we get certificates for this. You know, so then they even make, you know, as much as you are advocate, they take and say, okay, there are levels to this thing, there are limitations to this thing. So to be honest with you, violence it occur everywhere, just like I say, and most times, especially the picking, then are somebody with them trust. You know, I go get me cousin at host, I trust them. Sometimes I go say, hey, can't take this sweet inside. Then the next thing, it don't sexually penetrates me, you know. So to be honest with you, in this field of we work, sometimes you can get so emotional. One recently we be there Falaba, we witnessed the Falaba Women's Festival, and it be also coincide with one of we recent projects where we get as young women, where na safeguard, in short, Sierra Leone action for the elimination of gender-based of FGM. Hey, my sister, when we reach that community, one of the communities where we go, when we reach it, we tell them, say, with project title, Sierra Leone Action for Eradication. The moment we mention eradication, you get people will come up say, no, when I say limitation, minimizing FGM, not eradicating. We're not ready for eradicate this. You know, so as much as we dey in we feel, we just realize say this thing, if we not get legal backing, it will be very difficult. But we know they relent because some of we know the effect of waiting FGM they do to we. It gets short term and it get long term effect where they do to we. So we dey try as much as we can for engage in sensitization, for make sure say the people then follow the trend of age of consent. So that's an hour or 18. It's up to me. If I want to go, it's fine. But before 18, they not be imposed on me, say, by force.
Yeah, I get a lot of takeaways from that particular conference there, and the things that we don't mention. Myself and Apostle, we do write a lot about female genital mutilation. First, that's neutral, then say this child rights bill, then pass it into law, they don't like name FGM inside the act, say FGM, they don't even name them there, neither eradicate or even criminalize the law. So they affect people them who they try to advocate for this law because that legal back in the way they talk about no day. Although they in the law say yes, children are protected from harmful treatment, but like you know they say female genital mutilation. And when it comes to FGM, the issue of FGM, when it comes to the thing that FGM they do to person health-wise, even World Health Organization, it talk about FGM as something we not find. We get a lot of medical complications. They were not good for woman. because the circumcision they say not get no medical benefit. So so many people then consider them as violence. I even interview person at the place where say she was 7 when they put her. Although people they say yes, it's culture, not tradition. We can't meet and that's all they do. But a powerful statement back where you be make on the program say na culture where they uplift, na culture where they dignify you, not a culture where they put you down, not a culture where they harm you, not a culture where they hurt you. Una no one well culture, not at all. Na shape, una one shape culture. Because I know of people that they do that rite of passage, where they do that FGM business, they been bored, they no cutting. One woman tell me say them cut am twice because the first day when they cut her, the people that way they do the thing say the thing go back the next day. 7-year-old they do the same procedure again with her. No anesthetic, no medical where they call. They don't use any surgical blade, just normal blade, normal nine they use. And they say it was horrifying for her until date. The woman say they get flashes, they get experience, and it traumatized from that experience. And so we don't talk about FGM. What thing will be your assessment of like the digital space now? You see, woman, the safety, girl picking them. Because I remember the last time, not to one time, not to two, we don't get how they can call it nude slides, they share woman them pictures them. For instance, let me say I trust this person, maybe we they're in a relationship and I decide say yes, this person maybe I like him, with the date, maybe let me send something, just make him bet no more, then you send, say that close me man, say that send for like, you wait and call the show off, or that kind of compromising picture, they no more, they decide for send up. Then maybe later, that can part, then before you use and sometimes blackmail you, sometimes threaten you, sometimes use them for, the ministry, that kind of way they, what are your assessment of that?
So, just like I say, I think that's something where they come up strongly, and then they make the UN bodies them actually take that topic day as the theme for this year, ending unite to end digital violence against women and girls. Because you see, say don't they rampant. So, be honest with you, the rate at which well, for in this case, the man they get for BME, the rate at which the man them they use technology facilitated gender-based violence a high. Where it gets for do with nude, it gets for do with maybe pictures, maybe just like how you say, I go don't trust this person, say, okay, this not my person. Maybe they in town that moment I say, okay, for let me man not miss me too much, make I send this picture for her. But hey, just like how you say, most of not guarantee. And something as small thing go spark separation. Then it begin use them against you. Mentally, it they deal with you. It tells a whole lot. You go say for go work, say, Amy, what if today then can't send this out? You might lose your job from that day. You might even lose your sense of belonging. Because you go say, this one at any time, you go can't send this out. And 2-3 people and nobody expect me say, so thing, I go do them. So just like how they say the trend at which they go, I feel like now one of the things and that they will make it be actually outstanding as a team this year because the cases then don't they plenty. And I want to applaud the government of Sierra Leone for pass the Cyber Security Act. However, one of the things that we may want for mention to them for improve on now the fact of monitoring of the one the way they go against that law, or the one the way na defaulters them of the law. Waiting are the mechanisms them where we the bodies the way responsible get for monitor how the one the way don't cause that one day as a means of violence to young ladies that are out there. Waiting at the means of monitoring that one day. If case gonna court for that one day, waiting at the means of verification say that person will get injustice where he wants. So just like I say, for me own perspective, the cases them don't become so high, not only in Sierra Leone, I think worldwide. Now it make the UN them come together and use them as a team. And team basically means say this not the focus for this particular year, and now because the data they show say the number alarming, now it make them be taken. So just like how they say, as much as Sierra Leone we get the law, please I just want to encourage the bodies them for improve on the act because Sierra Leone we good for develop laws policies, but waiting we keep lacking now how for monitor and how for make sure say some of them monitoring, they will put her into learning for, improve on the law or develop what's lacking from that specific law there. Make her just tap your so for now.
And as you say, you're passionate about what you do. Like you're so day into what you talk. So let we turn over now to the man. Let you know if you like could bully you in the studio, yeah. Although now about woman business and girl picking business we dey talk. So you will talk about application concerning the youth fund stuff we will talk about just now. How woman then go able to apply? We focus now woman, then woman then go able to apply.
Okay. So basically we get of course 4 grant types like I be saying. So we get innovation grant, and we get entrepreneurship grant, and we get representation grant, and as well we get corporation grant. So corporation grant get for deal with woman led like you say. Of course it cuts right across, but for the purpose of the question we ask. So for let woman organizations them from Salon, we get a pool of organizations them in Europe where we can partner with, where they apply for this corporation grant. So all what you need for do, if you now a women-led organization, you make sure say you show interest and they can partner with another organization with the Europe. And as well, we get entrepreneurship grants. So the entrepreneurship grants basically, of course, we know say Boku man are into business, Boku get companies, Boku get social enterprise. But for the purpose of this cohort, not only social enterprises initiative we encourage. So if you're a woman, you get any kind idea on any kind of business idea we want to apply with on the social enterprise, then you can send in your application as well. And as well, we get representation grants. We get for deal with, of course, we get for deal with just societal challenges the way they tackle. It cuts right across, even with regards to advocacy on gender-based violence. Even because I feel say one of the thing them where women then they struggle for now funding for because they not get that kind of person at times where they push the idea, that kind of support they not can get them. So the advice for you as that individual, you apply, you go in for the application and send in your application for the representation grant, so for the with advocacy. So I believe say a lot more can be done if at all you as that woman-led organization, you go in and apply, you can do more, and even try for say you go able to tackle more of these gender-based violence in your communities. So it is not about you again. You for try for see our best. You as the individual, as a group, wanna come in and apply. So know that.
Okay, thank you very much. Ready to talk about money business. So I know say economic violence they right.
Yeah, sure.
Where something the woman now man na any get on a post that it is strive it is say I need to give because of so thing, I need to give because of so thing, especially when dependent on man. That is economic violence.
Yeah.
I remember the last time again at the same panel, this same conference where we talk about this young women governance network conference with them people. It was a 2-day conference. It was really interesting. So many panel discussions, women, they made talk, they made raise their hands. Okay, for instance, they talk about gender-based violence. You man don't beat you, they want to go to hospital. Then sometimes you want to go for go pay for it, then treat you. You already don't beat you back. You're not going to give money or for go take treatment. That is economic violence.
Yeah.
Now that I will left una with us, listen, I will go for a short commercial break and we will come back. Stay tuned, no go no side.
1 minute Konani, know your rights in 60 seconds.
Auntie Mami, yes. How you please get light soup?
Soba Kaiba don't go am.
Yeah?
Me phone and they charge. Me also always get light. Me picking and able for study. Me na Soba Kaiba.
You dey enjoy?
I for enjoy.
Yes, sir! Plenty Soba Kaiba don boss! Orindoku Nado, the mega campaign all over the country. When they turn all man to Soba Kaiba, just dial star 500 hash for activate the Soba Kaiba offer and talk Boku or dial hash 144 hash or use Maxit for pay with orange money anytime, any side and stand chance for win. Soba prize them every week like Stola kits them. Okada
generator, and every month one person go win keke or they give you the power for build your life, support your family, and better your community. You self can live the Soba Kaiba life.
Are you tired of missing all your online meetings due to unreliable internet? Or are you paying too much for your internet and experiencing low speeds or even struggling with connectivity during video calls, streaming your favorite football match or show? WorldLink Communications Sierra Leone Limited, authorized reseller of Starlink in Sierra Leone, is here for your businesses and enterprises with super fast, unbeatable and affordable speeds here to cater to your needs. At WorldLink, we provide local support anytime, any day. To know more about our services, visit us at our office at 115 Beach Road, Lumley, or contact us on 080 000 111 or 075 000 111 or on our website at sl.wlnet.com. WorldLink Communications, empowering connectivity in Sierra Leone.
Welcome back to the Truth Evening Talk program. Viewers, listeners, we broadcast live on 103.9 FM, Truth Radio with me, Nafisa Online Kardin, and we talk about safety for women and girl picking them. How women and girl picking them go safe outside, and with me in the studio, na Maria Majalo. We are the National Director for the Young Women in Governance Network, and Ahmed Sisse as well with me at the studio. So we've been talk about woman and girl picking business. So we don't come back to the same talk after the short commercial break before we go carry with Vox Pop like 6 or 7 minutes from now. So I want to ask Madam Mayama again, when it comes to creating safe space for girl picking them, woman them. Okay, let's say first for girl picking them. What's in the role of the school?
Okay, so thank you very much for that one day. I know of UNFPA currently they support some NGOs them for try for see how they can establish the safe spaces. Well, the Ministry of Gender with some NGOs then for see how they can establish safe spaces. So, but when it specifically for the schools, I feel like, just like I mentioned earlier, the school now one of the places where they picking them, they spend most of the active times them from morning to that 12, 1, 2, now then 10 and 8, they can be very active. Because somehow we come out school, you get for good helping people there for work, take ready for sleep, would I get for go sell. So I feel like if we're able to make, first of all, we get for make sure, say first, the school authorities them, then get training on how to encompass gender-based violence. And also, we get for make sure, say, we schools them get what we call guidance counselor. Not to all we schools them in the communities that get that kind of opportunities then they. But in a space where applicable, guidance counselor can serve in that capacity for act as check and balance between even the school authorities them and the school picking them. And then secondly, again, one of the things the way we as Young Women in Governance Network they do, now for sensitize schools, we not only they go to the school and target the girl picking them, we can do school sensitization on some of the effects of gender-based violence, because one of the allies the way they work with strongly now the men and boys, because we realize say if them the majority of the perpetrators don't say themselves they not can do violence against them, but however the majority of the one they way now the victims them, now the woman and girl picking them. So we can also make sure say in we schools that we get school to school sensitization where we young women members across the 16 districts can do. And then just like our start again, we get donors them, we're actually very passionate about women and girls, where they really they support strongly for CCA, how they go support NGOs and for do training, you know, on school safe spaces. And I know of one current UNFPA supported project where they support Saint Sierra Leone for make sure say they do sensitization on school safe spaces, and then also the target the community, because just like I said, there's the picking go then at school, but where you gonna host, waiting go happen to them, you know. So all them thing and in our ways for make sure say the school safe, and as much as they do training again for the school authorities them on how for combat gender-based violence, they also know they left the picking them behind. And sometimes you get some school there where they get waiting and call a safe space. So maybe after school you get 2-3 mentors them na the communities we can come and talk to girl picking, and not can be daily, sometimes it can be weekly when they come na this space, and then talk to school picking them for make sure say they're able for minimize or then complain early Because something if somebody don't start, 1, 2, you don't complain and it is stop. And then I also know of UNICEF where they support greatly again safe spaces in school. And also we get a curriculum. You know, they just go no more. You say they can't teach teachers them on how to make the school safe for picking them. There is a curriculum where the Ministry of Basic together with UNICEF then they support where they develop that manual. They target, you know, only they target the teachers them, you also they target the picking them, you also they target the community members them. So it they targets then 3 different sectors, and they for make sure say the picking feel safe in school, for make sure say the teachers they know waiting are the effects if they commit abuse against the picking them, even among them the fellow teachers, and even picking to picking if you commit abuse, then get for no waiting at the repercussions, and even the community again. I emphasize on the community because in that we villages them, you go see this school here, now one community, you know, and for common and the school now just 5 minutes. So it's still there within the community. So as much as we they try for make sure say we target the schools them, we also they try for make sure say we incorporate good parenting. Then they have now another manual where they part for tackle gender-based violence and minimize them within the schools then.
Thank you very much. Make we just shift small talk about the digital space. Now I come to you, Mr. Sisi Ahmed. What's your assessment of the digital space, especially when Nasalunya law use TikTok as a particular example? We see small picking there, which then get access to phone, internet, then get an account, thinking where, you know, sometimes even though like we foresee like now picking them made and do it in one and all, but I don't know what's in your assessment. You feel like where so picking the old phone, puts na TikTok, dance, shake waist, turn, you know, wear short clothes. You like it express itself or na expose itself? What do you feel? What's in your assessment regarding that particular one day?
Okay. So for me, I just feel say I go straight to the point. So for me, I just feel say expose yourself. You know, yes, we can blame man them with regards to these things, but I want to make you know say at times an action and they create a reaction, even though that's not one excuse for a man take advantage over the situation. You know, because one of the things where they happen, you know, many of them, especially because I don't know spaces where you see say like you get, you know, these minors around where they can do some things just like how you said because they interpret them differently. So for them, then they feel they just want for be free. They don't want for they don't do it intentionally. You understand? But you get some man and now we can just take advantage of this situation. So for me, I just feel it's just like how Maya might talk. I believe this is sensitization for go from if you come up from the home, it can serve as an advantage because most of them picking there, so where they do them in there. Now, host like indeed they do one. You could see, you know, something inside a room they do them or they do them in a parlor or before in host and all, you know, because I feel say if they come back in just here and say like, yes, you get that kind levity for do as you want for do, but let that kind restriction there onto how you dress for go na media because digital space. One of the things we not for forget now that you know they can tell we say now till we know they forget. So you can don't do them. You get somebody somewhere. You don't do the video, but in the watch them and misinterpret them and interpret them another way where they can send for like steer some things we're gonna make it take advantage of the people there, of them picking there and all. So for me, I just feel say like restriction for the even if you go online as woman, you forget that kind of restriction and feel and no say instead of you feel like expose yourself, you expose yourself. Me own take on this.
Okay, we go get Madam Magema for comment on what you say because you know woman they can't tell we now if what you they say if it's okay you for you. Okay, now you stand to make respectfully. Okay. You don't make your own stand say yes. Now your own view than the way you all say picking, not for expose yourself because for you it's not so you're not saying it they justify what man they do, but for you if you say now they cause reaction cause reaction. You talk about that. But before first the woman can respond to you, I want to make you know say some comrade they know not to digital literate them. Okay. Some comrades have even play with phone. Okay. If I get me picking, I don't get let me say I don't get na fi start to din. They go open TikTok account, you go give self purple Lisha. This I go know say me picking them at TikTok. I go know. I don't want know. Although if for the monitor them picking them now, then get way then they make them phone. I know you know you the monitor them. So Madam Mayama, take all that into consideration. Why I don't talk now? Because all waiting don't say like you respond to this man.
Okay, so I just want to add to it Shek say it right in a way because sometimes just like how you say most of the parents them they're not digital friendly. They're not able to understand how to put parental control on some of them devices then they. But to be honest with you, me like me so me picking right now, she's 5 plus. But if I get an iPad, you know say there are limitations. So sometimes then they where it don't disturb them, mommy please give me your phone. Then I can get on the phone, but I dey make sure say when I dey get on that phone, for every 10 minutes, I dey can monitor which app they go because it know say there is parental control in the iPad, so they limit her. No, mommy, the games they are not doing well. I want to go to YouTube. You know, so sometimes again, that is one of the things them where they expose we picking the way we know able to put parental control in some of them devices. And I want to agree with you, Ahmed. So most times where them picking they do them video there and just like how Nafi again they talk sometimes the name where me don't give me picking. Not so yeah they go see another social media and platform. So and some parents and they not get time for TikTok.
Sure.
So then I even know say me picking day in this platform. Now sometimes something happen now, like sometimes them be expose the video or picture, then the parents kind of say, oh, me picking are in this. And just like I say, not only TikTok, even Facebook. Some picking are the name whether they that name na school, not only that they use it. You know, so sometimes it can be very difficult. First, if you get Komra way digitally friendly, and then it is able to navigate in way inside the phone, then you get picking the way they set password. Me, I not be sabi them password and they will not be the camera. You know, you get picking the way that they set password right now for any side where you want go, then get password. So we as parents, them we get for make sure say we emphasize on we controls of we picking and phone them. Yes, it's good. It can be exposed. It can use the internet for a lot of things. It can play games. It can do research. But at the same time, that one where it they use just for go is snap, it's map, it turn it this, it that, we get for minimize them. So then they get for do with control and checks. Sometimes it's just fine for just take the phone and check. You get where how you monitor the phone, you see the frequently used apps them. So if you get you the Komra, continue for pay attention because to be honest with you right now, sometimes we begin in the school where they go very far. Some of them we can give them phone for sometimes if emergency happen, you know, because we know how the world is right now. But at the same time, therefore make sure say we get control over them for them, we monitor them and make sure say that they use the right app them. And if anything there within the phone we're not comfortable with you get for talk to them. You get for fair way how they put send them and talk to them. Right now, can not they walk. But say I get for beat you, I get for you know they work. So there are other ways where you put restrictive measures to them picking their need and phone them through conversation. Now it's good for get one-on-one conversation, tell them the reality. Now so thing they happen. The moment you make mistake, you don't tarnish your reputation, you don't tarnish your character, and you never can tell out there. The internet then can say they forget. You know, so sometimes you go don't do something, you feel say okay, this particular thing I don't do that for this moment, someone you go don't do. Then the next 5-6 years, you see it come up back. Snapchats, then good for you. Remember you 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Sometimes that picture will be take. I know we're comfortable right now, say, for post and back out there. You know, so we as parents, I just want for urge we for continue for check and monitor we picking them and make sure say the app the way that they use is very friendly.
Yeah, we don't talk about the dimension, but the digital footprint where we live. Sometimes it's hard for erase. But for me, I don't see no justification for lay person say for me understand. For lay say because picking shake waist na TikTok or na Facebook make like this na expose and say for because for some people it's a form of expression. Yeah. Although some person perceive am for being morally good, say this na small pikin, even if not so small pikin, say if you woman if you cover your body and all that, but other people, especially if not so salon no more, they say like the person na in body na in right to get autonomy over in body. So before they continue, we go get with spotlight, and today we highlight one young woman. We spotlight one young woman. The woman self na incident between us today, we they into a lot of advocacy we concern woman and girl picking them. We'll get to spotlight now.
Maya Majalo na one young woman wey get strong experience in project management. E get big knowledge on gender transformative approaches and socio-economic development wey include strategies for gender equality, livelihood, peace building and social inclusion. For make sure say all man dey inside project implementation, e don show plenty experience on citizen participation and social accountability. With Bachelor of Arts from Furabe College and Masters of Business Administration from Beijing Normal University in China, e get over 8 years experience for lead and manage gender transformative and peace building project wey UN Women, UNDP, USAID, Irish Aid, UNFPA and European Union don fund. E get big knowledge for coordinate project consortium and for engage stakeholders as well. As district program manager for Sen Salon, Mariama be help for establish Sen Salon program office na Port Loko. Inside 2022, e bin contribute big one for develop train and accompaniment manual for female aspirants and candidates wey dey use and reference plenty on capacity building for women dem for 2023 elections. Mariama na member of Young African Leaders Initiative YALI, deputy head of mission at Sierra Leone for African Young Diplomats Forum and country representative for Best Diplomats. For now, e dey serve as national director for Young Women in Governance Network, one initiative wey dey work for improve women participation and make dem effective na political and decision-making space dem.
Welcome back to Truth Evening Talk program. That's na Maria Manjalo, the lady wey be dey talk just on our studio. So last one before we dey round off, I want ask you, Mariama, wetin na your last message? Wetin na your message before we close? Final message to parents, leaders, youth, communities when it comes to protecting women and girl picking and when it comes to creating a safe space for them.
So, thank you very much. I want to start first with the home because as I always say, the home na the first learning space for we picking them. I want to encourage we parents them for pay attention. Even if you just left your relative with your picking, you get for pay attention. And also make sure say you sensitize your relatives them on the harmful effect. You know, for play with picking in a way we no accommodating. And then for the community again, I want for emphasize to the community stakeholders them and also the general members them for may we make sure say we improve on the safety of women and girl picking them. You know, make we get community bylaws them. Also we go put laws within the community because we know say within the community, we get people that we actually respect the local stakeholders and the chief, the mommy, queen them. They actually respect them. So if they put bylaws, say where anybody, whether it's physical, whether it's emotional, whether it's financial violence against any woman or girl picking, now this will be the penalty. I'm sure then go listen to that one day. And then so we lawmakers them, we parliamentarians them, please, on behalf of all the young women in a salon and girl picking them, I want for talk to una directly. I want for talk to una for see the need for get a stand-alone law on FGM. We go make sure say we able to minimize the risks of we young people, especially the underage. Make we get, even if we get a law, we say okay, law gets age of consent, which is 18 years. That is fine for we. But please, we want for big una in una quiet times, make una reflect on them and see the need because we don't see a lot of harm where FGM don't do. Yes, we get the good aspect of the culture, which is fine, but we just need small modification on that culture. So we go still get we bondo society, but we go take out that cutting aspect where very harmful to a lot of young people. And because just like how Nafi mentioned during the conference, we actually get case stories of people where up to this moment they don't turn adults, some are done 40 plus. It's still they get the repercussions of that cutting will be happen. Yeah, so please, I just want to encourage we lawmakers and for look into that one day and see how they can slightly modify it. We get a stand-alone law where we as advocates them, we as activists them, we go use for going out with communities and educating people. And because right now we go then we say, law no day, oh, me I get license for that one day. So that day they automatically shut you out, you know. So that day I want to say, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Maria Majalo. End digital, unite now, end digital violence against women and girls. Now the team Nande for the 16 days of activism against women and girls. It's a global campaign actually, will last for 16 days. It can happen inside November and in December. And today na the 5th day where the activism, the campaign done. But I don't mean say because the campaign done, we not go be vocal about protecting woman and girl pikin there. We not go be vocal about talking about the rights of woman and girl pikin there. We go continue for talk about that. We dey talk about the digital space just now. Imagine you get a small pikin, they make TikTok, small nyash, they shake, make, it's really, you don't know, especially if you get parents who not sabi even use phone, not sabi play with phone, that kind of thing, and then can say, like, sometimes they prone to so many things. Look where then they share people and picture, uncompromising picture of person, maybe private one wey na only other person see sef. Sometimes can even be past a nude picture where you dey show you private parts or public areas. It can be sometimes picture where like sometimes you twist the face dey too much, sometimes you make one kind way, sometimes you bend his skirt bend na waist. No. Then snap you, then post out like that in a digital violence. For stop against woman and girl picking them. I want to say plenty thank you to my guests them, to Mr. Sisi. I want to say thanks very much. And you will be look the program just now. We talk about the grants them way in the part of the youth advisory board. If you look now at the program in live, you will see the link there for the grant. There you go check them out. Especially if I encourage women them for check them out. And I want to say plenty thank you to this beautiful lady waiting at the studio. You want to listen at the view, you see this woman here. If you know they watch online, you don't miss. I want to say plenty thank you to you, Maya Manjalo. Una thank you. And I want to say thank you to we producers, the technical team as well. Now I go draw the curtain done today for the Truth Evening Talk Monday edition. You will get me again on Wednesday. I have been your lovely host, Nafisa to Online Carding. Tata.